Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. It's an exciting day here. I'm Joanne Magley, and I'm with the airport. I do the air service, the marketing, and customer experience, and we are so excited to have you all here. We have some brief remarks from representatives from the airline and from Daytona Beach International Airport, our administrative leadership. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize our elected officials from Volusia County who are here today. David Santiago, would you please stand? And Suzanne Conchin, our Deputy County Manager. Give a wave. Thank you for being here. And we also have great representation from our Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau and local community members as well, so thank you. All right, so now it's my pleasure to introduce Courtney Goff. She is the Communications Manager for the airline.
Thank you so much, Joanne. So the first thing I want to say is, hello, Avelo. I'm with Avelo Airlines, and we are proud to be the newest airline to Daytona Beach International and the first low-fare carrier here. Oh, perfect. No, it's like Vanna White. Yes. So like I said, we're so excited to be the newest carrier here in Daytona Beach, as well as the first low-fare carrier here, bringing great low fares and nonstop routes to New Haven, Connecticut today. That'll be our very first route out of Daytona Beach. We're going to start it on June 22nd, and it'll operate on Thursdays and Sundays. Fun fact, whenever we post anything on social media or I check my inbox for people wanting new routes, it is always Daytona Beach. This airport operates on basically a lot of the standards that Avelo operates on. It's easy, convenient, and it's going to make getting in and out and getting to the beach or to the convention center or to whatever brings you to Daytona quick and easy and simple, and that's how we operate. A little bit about Avelo for anyone that doesn't know. We started flying in April of 2021 with one route from Burbank to Sonoma County on the West Coast. Since then, we've flown almost 2 million customers and over 15,000 flights. We operate on big Boeing 737 aircraft, so big mainline carriers where you'll see anywhere from 150 to 190 customers per plane coming in and out of Daytona, really increasing both the economics of the area as well as just bringing those tourism people here as well. There's a lot of connection between New Haven and Daytona, not only for second homes, the university connections with sporting events and everything along those lines, but also heading up to New Haven is a great way to escape those larger airports of the New York area, as well as just anyone that has that second home that's in Connecticut and wants to get out of the cold and come out here where it's nice and sunny and there's a warm beach out your window. So like I said, we have 15 aircraft in our fleet right now. We're waiting on a couple of more, and that'll enable a couple of cities that I have, as I told them earlier, in my draft file that we're ready to announce once we have commitment that those aircraft will be here on time. We deliver on a we deliver on a proof, not promise ideology, so that we're not going to announce something before we know officially it's ready to go and will be beneficial to the customers of the area. So like I said, it's going to start June 22nd, twice a week on Thursdays and Sundays to New Haven, Connecticut, and prices are starting as low as $49, and they're on sale right now. I can already tell you that our marketing team, because we like to upload stuff just a little bit before the press conference so that anyone walking by that wants to go to New Haven or has family up there can book now. We already have about a dozen or so bookings, and we haven't even officially announced anything yet. So there's a lot of excitement around this, and we know that through our partnership with the airport and the community, we're going to continue to grow. And like I said, I'm ready to move some of these new cities that are going to come to Daytona from my drafts to the fruition pile. So really excited about that, and thank you guys so much for being so welcoming, and hello, Avelo.
All right, and now please help me welcome Airport Director Karen Feaster.
Okay, good morning. This is such a great day for the traveling public. Our traffic numbers have been increasing thanks to the great service that we have from our current carriers, Delta and American. There's been an increase of 1.6% in 2022. That's the first year-over-year increase since the pandemic. And this year, for the months of January and February, the passenger count is already up 16% compared to the same months last year. So the flights are full and the demand is here. So hello, Avelo. So now with Avelo, an ultra-low-cost carrier, starting service here, it really opens up Daytona Beach and Volusia County to a new market of travelers who now have an additional option to get to here and there with nonstop flights. Air service development is all about building relationships with the airline planners, and that's what our team here has been doing for many years. And a lot of times it does take several years to get an airline to commit. And we've been talking with our friends at Avelo for several years now, and so it's great to make this announcement today. I want to say a special thanks to some of our friends over at Avelo, Bud, Adair, and Jonathan, whom we've met with several times over the years at different air service development conferences. The relationships really start with the route planners, who they listen to our presentations, they confirm the data regarding our passenger numbers and the demand, and they take it up to their supervisors, and they're the ones who champion the cause for our cities. So I also want to thank the leadership from our 3 CVBs, Lori Campbell-Baker, who's here with the Daytona CVB, Georgia Turner with West Volusia, and Debbie Meals with New Smyrna Beach. These ladies and their teams are very supportive during the process of airline recruitment, especially when it comes to promoting air service. And also our air service development consultant, Valair, and I want to have a shout out, Chris Nectar is here with us. And also to Will Bertraman with Valair, who are always right next to us supporting the cause and really pushing our city. To help ensure the success of the routes, we're partnering with Avelo on a marketing campaign, both locally and in the New Haven, Connecticut market. And I'll tell you, they really have some fun promotional programs, and that also include discounts on flights. So we look forward to getting those materials out in the community and starting those promotions. And actually today we do have some flyers that you can take with you to spread the word. And finally, I just want to say that for airports to secure new routes and to continue the existing service, it's so important for our visitors to use the service and show the demand. So please help us spread the word, get it out there, try the service yourself, and we can all together make it a success and show Avelo that there is demand here to keep growing and adding new destinations. Okay, now I'd like to bring up Cyrus Callum, who is our Director of Aviation and Economic Resources for Volusia County.
Well, hello, Avelo. Welcome to the world's most famous beach. We're excited to have you here. Like Karen said, I'm Cyrus Callum, and I like to say that I have the best of both worlds. I have the airport, I have economic development, and this is a joining of those purposes. And one reason why I think I'm so fortunate to be in this role, because I get to unite airports and economic development, because airports are economic engines. They're intertwined with economic development. They're not just buildings where people come and go and catch flights. So according to an annual Florida Department of Transportation study done prior to the pandemic, Daytona Beach International Airport provided a $2.1 billion economic impact to Volusia County, which is huge. We're thankful for that with our partnership with Embry-Riddle, our partnership with the Speedway here that you all are familiar with. And also, according to an economic impact study done by Valair, who is our trusted air service development consultant, bringing an ultra-low-cost carrier into our region, operating 2 times a week, can result in economic impact of more than $11.5 million. So these are dollars that are going to be spent at our local hotels, spent at our restaurants, at our small businesses, and more. So again, I want to say thank you to Avelo for being a believer in this community and the Daytona Beach International Airport. And thank you to the team here at the airport and our continued efforts to promote this wonderful asset that we have for the community. Now I'd like to ask Joanne to come back up and give us some final words before we get into refreshments.
Thank you, Cyrus. Well, I was going to talk about that we do have some refreshments in the airline room. We have these wonderful cookies to promote our new flight. They're purple, the Avelo color, and some water in the airline room right there. I'll have some flyers here on the counter that you can take with you. They're promotional flyers to promote the new flights that we had. And we also have some parking passes as well. So before you leave, we'll make sure that everybody gets a parking pass. And follow the airport on social media, follow Avelo on social media, and keep up to date with all that's going on here at Daytona Beach International Airport. So thank you very much, and we will take some questions when we, right after this. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, kind of like how I said a little bit ago, we're expecting several new aircraft to come between now and the end of the year. We have 15 right now. We're expecting about 5 or more to come by the end of the year. And before we announce a second route, we want to make sure that we have secured those aircrafts. We have them in our possession in a timely manner. The last thing we would want to do is announce a second route, give you guys a start date, sell tickets, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's going to be another week or two before said plane is ready for customers. It's gone through inspections and everything like that. So once we get that that new plane in and we can announce those routes and we have security knowing that start date, then we'll announce and sell and give you guys several, well, at least one new route, but maybe a couple more as well. But we deliver, like I said, on the proof, not promise. So we want to make sure that we can maintain and we can have a great operation, because that's the number one thing is if you have a great operation, you can continue to grow and continue to add new things. So we don't want to prematurely add something and then have an issue with an aircraft delivery or something along those lines that would deter and mess up our standing in the community, if that makes sense. Yes, we anticipate that it'll start later this year. Like I said, we have the aircraft, we have everything timed out and planned with these guys, but we just want to make sure that the start date we've kind of determined amongst ourselves can actually be the start date that we use. So yes, we anticipate the second and maybe more cities later this year, definitely before the end of the year for sure.
You're based in Houston, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any possibility that you could get flights to the West Coast?
I will say those are not quite on the table right now. We call it our Avelo Support Center is in Houston, because obviously our bases of operations and our front lines is where the actual, headquarters and operations take place. And it enables all of us to kind of jump from coast to coast and city to city, as opposed to being, pigeonholed on the West Coast trying to get to the East Coast or vice versa. So as we continue to grow and get those new aircrafts, we're definitely looking at, funneling stuff to Middle America. But as of planes and get new crew members, we're definitely looking at moving to Middle America with nonstop routes to this area.
Also, why did you choose New Haven as the first destination?
So New Haven has a ton of demand. We've been in New Haven for just about 16 months. We've already flown 1 million customers there. So we know that there is a lot of demand for travel. And every time that we announce a new route in New Haven, or we do something, and we have these cool comfort dogs that come and hang out during holidays to cool people down when they're traveling, when it's busy. And they're like, when are we going to have Daytona routes? When are we going to have Daytona? We know that the demand is there. We know that through the data, through all these partnerships, that there's a lot of second homes. There's a lot of people that will fly into other airports in the area and drive over or rent a car or shuttle over to be in this area. So it was a natural fit, not only because it's our first East Coast base, but because through our data and through listening to our customers, we know that a lot of people want to visit Daytona Beach.
The fares,
Mm-hmm.
as low as $49.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an introductory rate, or is that an ongoing?
So the $49 is an introductory fare, but as we see bookings increase, we'll probably keep it around that low fare. That's with our DOT rules, you can only advertise a certain fare for so long. So we're going to have this introductory fare of $49 one way, but you'll still see really great low fares. If you visit any of our social media channels or sign up for emails, we literally send a promo code about every week. So you can always find great deals and discounts. And like Joanne said, on our Instagram, we have this thing called Free Ticket Tuesday. All you have to do is follow us on Instagram. You don't have to tag 20 people and give us your firstborn. All you have to do is follow us, and you're eligible to win tickets and a lot of great prizes. So our goal is to inspire travel, and we can do that with low fares and direct flights with great operation. And so that's what our goal is, and that's how we keep our fares low, is great operations and making sure that we're going to places that people want to travel to. Yes? Yes, so the flights will be Thursdays and Sundays, and it'll start on June 22nd. So still a great time for summer travel as well as those that have second homes. And it's great for if you want to spend a long weekend, or obviously want them to stay longer here in Daytona, but perfect for a quick trip or to stay longer without having to take too many days off. We do have those times up. I will say I'm not sure what they are at this time, but I can check for you guys, and they're already on sale booking right now with those times.
I'm booking mine now at 12:45 p.m. departure from Daytona.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. You can still go to work for a couple hours and only take half a day, right? Is there any? Okay.
Anybody have any other questions? All right, thank you very much. Help yourself to refreshments, and have a great day.